Good morning. Happy Friday.
It's April Fool's Day.
It is April Fool's Day.
Do we have a joke?
We don't, but you tried to pull an April Fool's prank on me, but it didn't work.
I did try to pull a prank. I told her she was going to have to do this by herself today. So anyhow, but I'm here, and I'm Susan Bryant. I'm the Wellness Program Manager.
And I'm Amy Stoehr. I'm the Director of Home and Community-Based Services. And
It feels like a long time since we've been here together.
I know. Yeah.
I think last time I was here by myself, and if you watched that one, I rambled through it real quick, so I apologize if I spoke too quickly. But anyhow, we're in April, and we're talking about physical wellness and stress release.
Yes,
Is
April is Physical Wellness Month, and it's also Stress Relief Month.
Yeah.
So we'll have a couple of topics that we'll talk about. Obviously, we love to talk about physical wellness, so it just is a good coincidence that April is Physical Wellness Month. And who better to talk about it?
Yeah, I like to talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I did pull up an article, and it's talking about how April's Physical Wellness Month. It includes both physical fitness as well as nutrition. The rates of chronic diet-related diseases have risen in part to change in the lifestyle behaviors of people lately. So, and I'm sure COVID has a lot to do with that.
Absolutely.
When it talks about dietary guidelines for Americans, follow a healthy eating pattern across the lifespan. So I highlighted lifespan because I'm guilty of it. You're probably guilty of it too. Is like we're like, oh, let's go on this low carb diet.
Yes.
This month or then the next few months because I've got a wedding to get ready for, and really that's not good to do.
It's not, because it's not sustainable most of the time.
Right.
Especially low carb diets are really good and people lose weight and you feel good, but for me at least, that is not something I could sustain long term.
Yeah.
So I think
so it's something that we have to adapt in our lifestyle for our entire life.
Exactly.
Something that we can stay with.
Yes, absolutely.
That's hard.
It is hard.
Especially when you go out to eat, you're tempted by a lot of things. I am, at least.
And it's hard, absolutely. And it's hard too to add in physical wellness and exercise and have that be something that's part of your everyday life for long term. Because I kind of do the same thing with that. Like I'll be on this big exercise spurt for a month and then I fall off and then I get back on. So, it's hard to keep up with all of that and stay in tune with diet and exercise.
It is. So this next section says focus on variety as far as what you're eating, nutrient density and amount. Limit your calories from added sugars and saturated fats and reduce sodium intake. So variety, that's a key right there. You can't get into doing the same thing. Some people can. Maybe you eat the same thing for breakfast every day, and that's okay. But I think when you get to your dinner, you should probably add variety to that because it's going to be hard to eat a chicken breast every night.
It is hard. Yes. Trust me, I've tried it. And it's hard.
Like, what can I do different to the chicken breast every night?
Right.
So, so there's a lot of information out there on the websites on healthy foods, healthy dinners, stuff that you can try other things.
Yep. And there's lots of, like you said, on the websites, lots of different websites, Pinterest. I mean, you can look up any kind of recipe and find it, whether it be low carb or low salt, low sugar, you can find anything out there.
And so that leads me to our Healthy Support Living group. So we meet on the second Tuesday of every month at 3:30 in the Shenandoah room. We've been doing this since last year, so I don't know how many months altogether we've done this. And, there's a handful of people that show up for it. So I would love to see people come to that because this is a time where we actually talk about, we talk about just supporting each other with whatever you're having issues with. And, we don't always talk about exercise and diet. I mean, sometimes we're talking about movies and books. And it's just a nice time for people to get together and socialize and, know that you have friends out there and support out there. I think that's a big thing. A lot of us may feel like I'm kind of on my own. You're not on your own. This support group is for anybody to come to. And Amy's come to it before, and I've had other staff members and residents.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
And, I think people, a lot of times, you feel like you're the only one. I'm the only one who can't lose weight no matter what I do. Or I'm the only one who's, having trouble keeping up with an exercise program. But you really aren't. And that's what I love about the support group is that you have people, Susan, and some other residents who you can talk those things through. And I really learned a lot when I went. At the beginning, we definitely had an agenda. We were talking about sugar.
Yeah.
And, after that, we talked a little bit about it. But then we went into our own, different recipes that we've tried and different diets or different ways to eat. And I really learned a lot. It was really fun.
And just to know that you've got people out there that are concerned about you, and want to help you and see how you're doing. But we do fun things too. Like we taste tested edamame one time, and a resident made that for us. And we brought in different peanut butter one time that, maybe is a healthier type of peanut butter that you don't want to be committed to buy that whole jar. So I went ahead and bought it, and we all tasted it to see, are we going to pull away from our favorite brand and go to this or not? But anyhow, we don't always do that, but sometimes we'll try to put some little fun things in there too.
Yeah, so come on out to it and see what it's all about, and maybe it's something that you'll commit to every month. I really enjoyed it. A couple things, some quick notes that I found about physical activity. Do you know how many minutes a week of moderate aerobic activity, of course you know, a week that we should aim for?
150 minutes a week.
And that's the 30 minutes a day that we've been talking about, weekends off. But if you can move 30 minutes a day, Monday through Friday or Sunday through, that's the goal. So
Right. And that is and not everybody's going to be able to start off that way. So it's good to try to gradually work your way up to that 150 minutes.
Yeah.
Break it up however you need to. So, maybe you just want to do 20 minutes, in the morning, and maybe you'll put 20 more minutes in the evening, or one day you just blow it out and you do a whole hour.
Yeah.
But you work up to that 150 minutes because we're all different. We're all at different levels. But that really is the goal, is 150 minutes. And if you can do more than that, that's great.
Absolutely. And I was on a website this weekend looking at something, and I saw a question that somebody asked about, I'm trying to do 30 minutes of activity a day, but I can't do 30 minutes all at one time. Is it okay if I break it into 10-minute segments? And the person responding said that. Yes. Absolutely, yes. And I've always thought that it has to be that continuous time, but several years ago, they came out and said, no, if you do little spurts of exercise, it still gives you the benefit of, having done it for that whole amount of time at one given time.
Then, you feel better too. You feel mentally better once you've done that.
You really do.
And
you feel accomplished.
You don't have to be out there running or bicycling. I mean, it can just be just a nice steady walk.
Mm-hmm. And even things like, walking the dog. If you have a dog, walking that dog, or tidying up in your apartment. Those are things that are considered exercise in some ways if you're exerting yourself. Playing with your grandkids or walking around campus. Yeah. All of those things can be considered physical activity. It doesn't have to be that you put your sweatsuit on and you're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those things can count. Yeah.
So another thing I wanted to plug in there, of course, is our group exercise classes. So we do have the wellness studio located in the town center. Of course, we also have the wellness gym located in the lower level of rehab. So when you see the building that says outpatient and wellness, that is the wellness gym. If you've never been there before, you don't have to have an appointment. Just pop in and look at it. Logan or myself or whoever's in there, maybe one of the physical therapists, will show you the machines, and you can see what we have available. Have you been over there lately?
I have. And it's, I'm always amazed by just, how many people are in there. It's so bright and everybody's encouraging, and just the flow of the gym is just, it's great. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many different types of exercise that you can do. So,
Right.
yeah, if you haven't been down there,
There's a good assortment of strength training. There's a really good assortment of cardiovascular machines. And of course we have our physical therapy there too that does the outpatient therapy. So it's a really good place to go to. And now as far as our wellness studio, we are currently doing 20 classes a week. So we average about 4 classes a day. I will tell you the morning classes are more crowded, and not really even crowded, but there's more people that generally like to work out in the morning.
Yeah.
They want to get it over with, and then they've got the rest of their day.
Yep.
But we do have afternoon classes also. On some days we might have a class that starts at 1:30, whereas on another day it might be a 2:30 class. So if you're not a morning person, we need you to come to those afternoon classes, because we're just getting 2 and 3 people right now. We'd really like to get more people in the afternoon. Especially like I have a cycle and rowing class on Fridays.
Ooh.
And right now my attendance on that is not very high.
All
And
right, so that's the challenge.
yeah, I'd love to see some people try out our cycles down there. Maybe you don't want to row. You don't have to. You can always just do the bicycle, 10 minutes, 15
Yeah.
minutes. And I've started a new routine where you can bicycle and lift weights at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So you definitely need to come to that and see what's going on.
And then you can just, go get your nails done
You got
if you're a female.
cardio and
or-
strength training at the same time.
I mean, it's pretty intense.
So anyhow, I challenge some of you all to try the cycle and rowing class, and that is actually today
Yeah.
at 1:30. So Logan will be teaching that today, but he
All
knows the
right.
routine.
Yeah. All right. So that's the challenge. Accept the challenge and go to that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we have 20 classes a week, but we teach 10 different type of classes. We teach classes for all levels. So if you're a beginner, you're just starting exercise, we have like an easy does it class. If you're intermediate, you may want to go into more of like a balance and stability. Even a beginner could come into like a body rejuvenation class. That's in the afternoon. And don't forget, we got the swimming pool also. And we're getting ready to get into the weather where I know I'm going to see more people coming to the therapy pool.
Oh, yeah.
It's
for
88
sure.
degrees.
Ooh, nice.
It is very nice. And it's a
Yes.
great workout. I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize the resistance of the water, how good that is for your body. You're not putting all the weight on your joints.
Yes, that's such a huge benefit to people who don't want to put all of that,
Right.
that impact on their joints.
Yep.
If they get in the pool,
If you have arthritis, it's a great place. Even
Avoid
if
all
you
that.
don't have arthritis.
right?
It's a wonderful class to take. And you have a decision whether you want to do like a high impact class, like a regular cardio splash, or H2O Fun Fitness, and that's more of like what the Arthritis Foundation would recommend.
Good.
So we have that.
Awesome.
I'm just going to keep talking.
I know.
So
well,
we-
let me in. I'm kidding. Let's talk a little bit about stress, since
Okay.
April is Stress Awareness Month,
Yeah.
and who doesn't have stress in their life? We all do. So I think we all know the things to do, but I think it's good to be reminded, because it's very easy to let stress just kind of mount, and you just feel overwhelmed.
Right.
So absolutely, remember to take breaks. If you're focused on something, you're, in your apartment organizing or redecorating or unpacking, remember to take breaks, to maybe walk around outside, or, read a book, just something enjoyable that will just, take your mind off of whatever you're focused on and just kind of redirect that. It's really important that we take care of ourselves, because we know our bodies.
Right.
We know when we need extra sleep, or an extra rest maybe during the day. When we talk about nutrition, we've got to take care of ourselves nutritionally too.
Right. This is what this says under taking care of your body. Of course, try to eat healthy, well-balanced meals again. Exercise regularly. Get plenty of sleep, like you said. Avoid alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. But yeah, taking breaks. One thing that's not on my list, but I know it's part of it, is like learn how to say no sometimes.
Yes.
Because sometimes we try to do everything and we commit ourselves and then we
Right.
over schedule ourselves. So sometimes just saying no nicely.
Right.
You can't
I don't
do
have
everything
the time right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because that can be stressful when you're trying to do everything. And that does happen around here because we have so many things going on.
We do.
And you might have to decide which one you're going to do.
And one of the things that, I found about, de-stressing is to talk to others. And what a great way, our, the healthy lifestyle group that we talked about, that's a
Right.
great way or a great, time to come and sort of de-stress. We all
Right.
like to vent and
Yep.
kind of talk about what our challenges are and hear from other people. So that's a good way to do it, to attend that.
Now, this one says avoid too much exposure to news. And we have a lot of news on right now. We've all heard it. Take breaks from watching, reading, or listening to news stories. It can be upsetting to hear about the crisis and see images repeatedly.
Yeah.
Try to do enjoyable activities and return to normal life as much as possible. And check for updates between breaks. I mean, we want you to be informed, but like my mother, she keeps a news station on all the time.
Yeah.
And it does stress her out. I know from personal experience, and I'll tell her, I'm like, turn it off.
Yes.
You can overdo it, I think.
And I even experienced that myself. Over the past month, I've been watching the news and, watching to see what's happening in the world. And, the other night my husband said, "You want to watch the news?" And I said, "No, I really don't." Like, I just feel like I need to quiet my mind because it can be upsetting and it just weighs on you. So I think that's a really good tip is take a break from the news and do something fun. The weather's starting to turn. This week hasn't been so great.
No.
We've had some other weeks in March that were a little warmer, a little sunnier, but it's April, so the weather's going to be getting better. So now is the time. All these beautiful trees and daffodils and things that are blooming,
Yeah.
go out and
If you have
and take a
allergies,
look.
we're sorry.
It's a bad allergy season for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, and I have a lot of events planned in April for just like fun fitness type things. A lot this month.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to rain because April showers, right? So
Yeah.
some of them may not happen. I'm real good at predicting a storm.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, so I can predict that a month in advance. So like we're supposed to have bocce ball yesterday. And it rained
yeah.
and it messed it up. So hopefully I won't be that good at predicting, but we've got our Greenway walks are starting back.
Oh, good.
So we'll be going to different parts of the Greenway. We will not be doing our walk at the mall that I was doing during the winter. I only do those during the winter months when it's just not really good to get outside. So, but I do think that there are some mall events on your calendar, but that is not with me. I'm
Gotcha.
the outside person now. Okay. And
Shifted.
Yeah.
Now that it's spring.
And we also have a walk on the campus because we have such a great campus here. And like you said, it's beautiful. I mean, things
It
are
is.
blooming, and I can't wait to see all the lilies that are going to
Yes.
come up that
Yes.
Shirley's been working on so hard.
Yes, for sure. So should we talk about our wellness day that's coming up?
Yes, we should.
So we have our first annual wellness
First
day.
annual, yes. And we're going to do stuff the entire day.
It's going to be a really great day.
And
Yeah.
we picked May 25th. And that was picked because that's actually National Senior Health and Fitness Day. So what better day to do our
Right.
little type of wellness day / health fair type thing here at
Right.
Richfield than on National Senior Health and Fitness Day.
And that day is we're going to have different activities. We'll have healthy snacks and foods. We'll have vendors come in from all different, anything you can imagine, from hearing screenings to
American
vision,
Heart
American
Association
Heart
will
Association.
come. Blood pressure checks.
We hope to just kind of spread all throughout the town center so that we hope that you will invite friends.
Yes.
You and your friends can kind of walk through and, participate in different activities, get some information
Right.
from our different vendors that are here. We're really, really excited about it, and we're putting a lot of work into it.
Right, there's a lot
to
of
make
people.
it really dynamic for you all.
We're doing tours. So we'll be
Yes,
taking
we
people
are.
on tours of the entire campus, different
Yes.
sections that maybe you haven't seen yet, like our assisted living, our memory care, our wellness gym, just all sorts of areas down in the wellness studio,
Yep.
the entire town center. We'll be taking residents and the community that come in to participate around just to show off where you're living.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a lot
And
of
that'll
good
be part
things.
of the walk. You know, there's going to be a walk
We're
that
gonna
day.
have a walk that
and
morning.
I think you're going to, are you
We're
going to
do a chair yoga
chair
class
yoga?
live right here live. We'll have you'll be able to tune in if you're not able to come over here. You'll be able to tune in on channel 62 during that class. So
Yeah.
that should be fun. But I would really love to see people show up for that. There's no flyers out on this yet.
No, not
We're
yet.
still planning. We're still in the planning stages. So, but we do want you to save that date, May 25th. It's
Yes.
a Wednesday.
I don't remember. Is it a Wednesday? I think it is.
I think it
is. But it's a little, we're just here on April 1st, but we just wanted to give you the heads up on that so that you can kind of save the date.
Yeah.
But know that a really, really fun day is going to be coming
Right.
with lots of information. Lots of fun.
There's only one other thing that I want to plug real quick, and that is my Physical Wellness Council. Right now, we currently have 4 members, 4 residents that are coming to that, and this will be our second time meeting. And we meet on the first Thursday of the month, and that's at 3:30 in the Knollwoods Shenandoah room.
Okay.
And this is a time for people that are interested in physical wellness around the community to just help me, give me information about what you hear that people, what classes they might want to take, or what's working, what's not working, given ideas. Like someone was saying they wanted to do line dancing, and I know that line dancing is happening
It is happening.
in April this month.
I think soon. I saw it come up on my Well Nested app.
Yeah, so just information like that, and we can pass it on, and I'm excited.
Yeah, because we want to know what you want to do so that we can do our best to get that here for you.
And we don't meet for very long. I mean, 20, 30 minutes. Well, it really depends on how long-winded y'all get. Because I think we met for quite a while the first time, but we had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So that is on the first Thursday, and that will be on April 7th at 3:30. And if you want to call me and tell me you're going to come, or if you just want to pop in, we'll be in the Shenandoah room. But you know what? I was stressed before we started talking this morning.
Were you?
A little bit, yeah, because we hadn't done this for a while. I'm not so stressed anymore.
Because we've been talking,
I know.
and that's stress relief.
So that's all you got to do.
It's like riding a bike. We don't do this for a while, and then we get back into it, and it's
Right.
it's what we do.
So hopefully we'll be back on the first Friday of May. You'll see us again, and we'll report on more physical and different things going on the community.
And we'll have more details about the Wellness Day then.
Yes. Yes.
Because we'll be very close to it. So, yeah.
All
Well, I hope
right.
you all have a great weekend.
That's
I'm not
it.
sure what the weather's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be nice?
I think we're
this
supposed to
weekend?
have a good weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We need it.
I'm
we deserve
predicting
it.
All right.
everybody.
Thank
I hope
you,
have a great
and have a great day.
weekend.